It's me, Sailor Venus, Mina here, and today I'm gonna talk about, you know, this thing that, tends to happen. So, I'm gonna talk about folks seeking to end this. Now, 7 years ago, probably more than 7 years ago, there were, going back, I guess, to 2008 YL until 20 sir between YL, there were many folks seeking to end this. You know, that's what they were doing. Cancel's a French borrowed word, so the English for to be end. There were a lot of them seeking to end this for many grounds, sake, and why. They were all fucked up grounds, sakes, and whys. None of them had any bloody truth to any of it. They had a lot of thoughts and beliefs, but at the end of the day, all it was were thoughts. They thought what I was doing or what was being done on this YouTube fairway was wrong. They thought you couldn't. They thought it was wrong. They would bitch, whine, and nag about everything that was said and done here. They seek to make Duane, the man who, well, he runs this YouTube fairway, but it's not about him. They seek to make him out to be evil, sinful, wicked, unlawful, but they had no truth to it. And this started in 2008 YL, and it ended in 20 sir between YL. Why? Because Duane ended them, but not the way they think. Once you stop talking to someone and you stop reading their words and you start locking them from your fairway, well, then you're ending them. You're giving them nothing to work with. And there were a lot of folks that thought this was wrong. They truly believed that it was wrong. Then there were others that thought it was some smooth goal if they could make fun of, pick on, and bully Duane or whatever. Well, that shifted out to be sad too. That didn't work for them as well. And so when the name calling and the bullying and the picking on didn't work, and when all the films of besmirching, because that's what they were not scathing, they were besmirching, let's be earnest about it, didn't work, then they went to hacking. And when the hacking didn't work, then they went to the fake telling. And when that didn't work, they just gave up. Now you might think to yourself, if that was 7 years ago when all that happened, well, it's been 7 years since this YouTube fairway's been open. But if you think to yourself that it's at least been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's at least been 5 years since that happened. 7 years since this YouTube fairway's been open. And if you think it's been a long time since then, you're right. You would think that I would have shifted on by now. And yes, I have. But you don't understand how it is to be, made fun of, bullied, picked on for no grounds, no sake, no why. They actually thought that this was wrong. That Duane could not come on and do this. Oh, right, they have the right to their thoughts, if you want to say that. But they had no truth to their thoughts. There was no truth to anything they said in their films, or what they said on the films, or what they said in their own films. They actually thought this was wrong. And then what they like to do is they like to go around and say that, oh, well, someone else out there does the same thing. Yeah, there was this man named Christopher Western Chandler, if I'm saying his name right. Some call him Chris Chan for short. And they like to go around and say, oh, that Duane was like him. That they had all these things that were the same. Well, here's the big unlikeness is Duane never does any of the stuff that he does. Oh, they like, oh, Duane plays with dolls and Christopher plays with dolls. Well, keep in mind that Christopher is guilty of some really truly bad things in his films. Things that Duane is not guilty of. And I'm not going to go through and talk about all the things that Christopher has done because it's none of my business to talk about what he has done. But, you know, at the end of the day, folks actually believe that Duane is as bad as Christopher. And that was sad. They thought that they thought that they were, and here's the other thing. These folks actually believed that they were keeping the interweb well from what they believed to be a bad influence. Well, here's a little hang up with that. If you're bullying and picking on and name calling someone, and you're going to tell folks that you're seeking to keep the interweb well from wrongdoing or evil doing, well then bullying, picking on, and making fun of someone and besmirching their name is the wrongdoing that you say that you're fighting again. You're fighting. Which at the end of the day, they would be the wrongdoers. You know? So, at the end of the day, I can look back at that and I'll never know why it was what it is. I'm never going to learn why I was bullied and picked on at the time. But there must have been a ground sake or why for it. And I did learn how to deal with it. So, now I know how to deal with it. And that's all I gotta say. But being bullied and picked on and made fun of for what you like to do on YouTube, even if you're not doing anything unlawful, sinful, wicked, or evil, if you're following the YouTube followership oversight, the YouTube oversight, and all every other oversight there is to follow, and laws, whatever, that's wrong. And those folks should be ashamed of themselves for what they said and what they did. But here's something that these folks might not believe. Duane forgives them. He forgives them for all the mean things that were said, for all the hacking, there was one hacking, for all the fake telling and all the other stuff that happened. But at the end of the day, Duane will still do what he likes to do, and that's Sailor Moon, and it is what it is. I'm Sailor Venus, and I hope you like this film.